everybody, and welcome to this third food design webinar, live food design webinar. I'm very happy to welcome you all. I am Dr. Francesca Zampollo, the founder of the online School of Food Designer, and the person who thought that it would have been a great idea to organize live webinars for people to get together, for the food design community to get together and discuss food design. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to those of you who are joining us live today for this beautiful webinar, and welcome to those of you who are joining us from the podcast, are listening to this webinar in a podcast form. To you guys who are listening to the podcast, I just want to remind you that if you are interested in joining the future live food design webinars live, just go on onlineschooloffooddesign.org, find the food design webinar page, and just register for the live webinar, and you will also have access to the replays of the webinars. Okay, having said that, the title of this great webinar that I have for you today, I'm so excited. I know I say this every time, but I really am, is How I Became a Food Designer, Part 2. This is the third webinar. If you remember, the first webinar that we have about a couple of weeks ago was titled as well, How I Became a Food Designer. In that case, we had a few designers from food design studios who worked mostly within food product design and design for food. In this case, on the other hand, we have food and eating designers who focus mostly on eating design. And join me, please, in giving a virtual applause to my guests, Antonella Mignacca and Alessio Mignacca, food and eating designers from the Food and Eating Design Studio Into the Food. Guys.
Hi. Hi, guys, to everyone.
Do you want to say who you are, where you come from, a couple of words about you?
Hi. We are from Rome. we lived in last year in different parts of Europe and Italy. And now we are based in Rome and move around the world. We started our studio in 4 years ago, and we begin to project together some years later. And our first project was events for a small gallery in Rome, and small project for art exhibition. And we have different artists and from different parts of Europe or world. It was very exciting because we have different issues, different message to communicate through the food.
So when I studied industrial design, and after maybe 1 year that she created in 2013 the Into the Food, I joined her to this new adventure. For me, it was quite hard to start with this adventure because I came from product design, so it was like quite unbelievable because you are day by day you are just handling products, so it's like something that's really physical. And suddenly I was starting with something different, but it was like really an adventure, and I felt in love with food design. So.
And you are not the only one. Thank you guys for your introduction. These emotions that you are describing, Alessio, about falling in love with food design are something that, of course, I share personally, and I think most of our the people in the audience who are looking at this, who are participating in this live webinar, have felt as well. And if they haven't yet, maybe this webinar is the place and the moment where they will fall in love with food design. So I just want to open the conversation to you guys who are following us live. Just underneath the screen where you see the live webinar right now, there is a pink wonderful button that says join the live chat. If you don't see, just refresh the page, click on the button and join us in the live chat. Please let us know what your name is, what you do, what your interest in food design is, most importantly, where from this wonderful planet that we all share you are joining us from. So we can open the conversation this way. And please, it would be great if you could tweet or share this live webinar whatever way you want. Our hashtag is Food Design Live. If you share this webinar, the more the merrier. We can have a bigger conversation, and we can all take the opportunity to ask questions to real food designers, because that's exactly what we all want to do secretly, I know, and that's why we're doing these food design webinars. Okay, I feel like I had something else to remind people. Maybe not. That's it. I have spoken too much. I want to open the conversation to you guys. I am so excited. Thank you so much for you to be here, for joining me in this webinar, in this adventure. I have known you guys from ever. I think I feel like I have always known of Into the Food, and finally we get to hang out live and with people as well, and finally I can give everyone a chance to see and hear you talk about what you do. What you do is very exciting. I am a big fan of you, so just take it away. I have spoken too much. It's your turn. Go for it.
After I want to show you some project of our events. I show a project that I am, for me, is the very emotional events that we have done in the past, and another project of events that we have made the last week in Turin.
So we are starting from the beginning, and then we get to the almost present. Fantastic! I love
exactly. It. So we are going to show you one of the first project we did in Rome. So it was in a museum, and it was during an art exhibition. So what we really want to show the people was what is really interesting for us. The mainly thing is give emotions to people. So when we usually start with something, just in the workflow of our project, we are considering a few things that which are for us really important. And so we are speaking about food, people, eaters in this case, and the ambient. So it's the three main things, and what gave us give us just the idea to start to design the experience and designing building up the relations and the interaction that are just beyond these three elements, these three protagonists of the food design. So we are just checking.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
We have some problem.
Oh, there always are. No problem. No problem. While you, well, no, this is the chat room.
Yes. I don't know. I have the PDF open, but when I share the screen. I don't find it.
Do you have it open in a separate Windows? Yeah.
Yes, I have open with Acrobat.
Do you wanna? What can I? Have you tried closing it and opening it again? That's my best advice for everything.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I wanted to ask you, I think you touched on it, Alessio and Antonella, before when you introduced yourself, but how was it that, how did it happen that you stumbled across food design for the first time and you said, hey, I can do that, I'd like to do that?
Well, it's quite, since we were children, we had really a good feeling between us. So she started 5 years. We found it, guys. We found it.
Okay.
So when
closing everything and opening everything back up again is the best thing ever. It's the only advice I have, but it always works. Do you want to finish what you were saying? So
Yes.
Antonella founded it first,
Okay.
and then, but how did it happen? How you are trained in architecture, am I right?
Yes. After the architecture study, I attended a course in Milan of food design to the space where you can buy food, and there I know a new field of food design that are created in Holland, Marije Vogelsang, or the project of Marty Guichet. This project was very fascinated for me. Because they didn't design object, but they design experience, and with this kind of project we could arrive more close to people, and this is very great things for me. When I thought to begin in architect, I wanted to create a project for give emotion to the people. I wanted to create a space where the people can feel emotion, or in a special new things. And with food I can create this. I can arrive in the same moment at the end, at the head, at the heart, and at the stomach of the people. This is an amazing tool for me, because for me is the best. Is more stronger. Is stronger than the architecture. I have new tools for arrive to people.
I completely agree. You couldn't have used better words. Absolutely.
And during the events, we experiment these things every time. And every time this is so emotional for me, because every time is different. It's the first time for me. Because
that's fantastic.
Because we discover always different answer from the people. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And the trick for me when I had the same switch as well, because I'm trained as like Alessio in industrial design, was the fact that food is the only material that we can eat. No, we at university we used to design, I don't know, tables or I don't know, air conditioning systems or whatever. But you can't smell those usually. You can't lick them. You can't ingest them. Whereas with food, it's so much easier to get, as you said, to people's heart and head because you can go through their stomach. Anyway, enough said. Go for it. Show us your spectacular work, guys.
Oh,
Same thing.
We have the same problem. Just.
That's the beauty of live streaming.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my beautiful face on so people can look at me. Hey.
Okay.
Oh, in the meantime, let me check the.
Okay.
Oh, we have Evelyn who's saying hi. Hello, Evelyn. Anthropologist joining us from Copenhagen, obsessed with how food experiences make people relate and understand each other. Sounds exactly like what you're going to talk about, isn't it? Go for it.
Allora, eccoci. This slide, we want to begin with this slide because we wanted to speak when we eat what we can feel, and we can use these things like tools in our project, because while we eat we can feel sensation, emotion, and memory, and we can use this stuff for our project, because we have to be conscious. We have to conscious of the tools that we can use in our project. With this slide, I want to.
It's actually speaking about what you were saying before, Francesca. It's just like what people can feel about design and food. So when we are speaking about backgrounds. So when people are speaking about design, not everyone can understand such technical things, or it's specific things about design or art. But everyone have the tools to understand food, and all that is behind the food, because everyone is going to eat every day.
This is a graphic for understand our philosophy of for a work for events, and we build on the relation between people, food, environment, and create a special project that generate a unique experience for the people. For example, we have a project that we designed in the dining room some years ago, and we have to design an opening for an exhibition of public space photo. And we wanted to create in a interior space of museum and a small garden, and we wanted to give people a sensation of to be in a public space.
The subject of the photography contest was conceived because the cities were born when the communities decided to organize their own lives around specific areas according to the services required. So the public spaces became a place to meet people, sell goods and food, hold religious rituals, take part in common activities, and use public services. But nowadays, the city squares have been replaced with trade centers that turn people into just customers. So that was the idea. It's just the first step to going to design something for this opening. So the project public space aims to convert the tablesmate perception. The museum space is seen as a public space, so the illusion of staying in an open space makes people feel like being part of the same community. So people can make their own choice in taking one of the bundles, exactly like farmers used to do in the past. Join the tablecloths and share the food with neighbors. So we want to, in this project, we wanted to promote the healthy social aggregation whose values are barely found in our daily lives. So it was just recovery, relationship between people in the society, that something new like trade centers have just ripped out.
That's great. I love it. So basically, guys, out of curiosity, the space where the kind of sort of picnic was held, was that was that a closed environment? Was there a roof, or was there?
It was just.
Was it outside?
It was just indoor. It's indoor space. Yes, it was completely completely closed. And they had the big space in the hall, and they have this garden on the wall. Vertical garden.
And we put grass on the floor, and have these results.
So basically, people at can just taking place everywhere, and just the grass was the way to transfer this space in the indoor space in outdoor space.
Right. Yes. Exactly. So you really the vertical garden was already there. You said, but then you did everything else, so it really felt like an outdoor space. Yes. That's lovely.
A lot of people bring away our shoes, and the fantastic things is that that people that are foreign between them, yes, share food and chat all the evening. A lot of people of different age have sharing this experience without problem. It is very interesting for us because we didn't know the behavior of the people with different background and different age, and everything went well because whole chat each other and sharing share the food, and this was amazing because you can project the way, and everything go without follow your project. It's amazing.
This was the first event and the first big project we did. So basically was unexpected results. During the creative part of our work, the first step, we are just going to be aware of the philosophy, of the sociology, all the chemic, physics, so all the aspects that are related, food related. So when we were before speaking about food, food is yes, the material you are going to eat, but it's also all the aspects that are food related. It's just we have just to be conscious of the that food is culture.
Absolutely, absolutely. Food is a material, food is a culture, as you said, and food is everything that is related to food, everything that is around food. And it's exactly the same perspective that I've used to propose all the food design subcategorization. So we share exactly the same state of mind, let's say, with regards to food. And it's good that you point this out. It's good that immediately in your first project that you did quite a few years ago, you were realizing that, and you were already and you already looked at food from all its angles. Beautiful.
We wanted to share also the video of the project.
Yes, that's good. So is it on YouTube?
Yes, on YouTube.
So we've tried these, and we know there is not going to be audio for you guys who are watching live. But I'm guessing that this is on your YouTube channel?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you guys want to watch the video again with the audio, which is something that Google Hangout doesn't allow us to do, just go on their YouTube channel, which is into the food, right? And that's it.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. And you will be able to see all the videos. No worries.
We have the same problem because we have
just close it and open.
But we don't view. We can see in the.
You can see it on. Sure. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to go back to the chat room, and we can see here that we have other people joining us. There is Costanza, who is joining us from Colombia. I am a graphic designer, and I will love to become a food designer. So we have someone else who is interested in becoming a food designer. That's exactly the type of people for whom I wanted to do this type of webinars called How I Became a Food Designer. So we can take your experience, guys, from Into the Food, and translate it for all those people who want to become food designers. Also, she says, I am loving this webinar. And she already has a question to which you might want to answer while you have you figured this out of the video?
Yes.
Okay, I'll ask you the question in the meantime.
Yes.
She asks, I have a question. The client hired you because they were interested in making something with food, or they just wanted to do an event? So I'm guessing that we can also rephrase this in, did they hire you knowing that you were food designers, or were they just interested in an event and they hired you and you introduced food?
They were interesting. Our client was really interesting, but we already did before. There were just really small events, but were related with already with exhibitions, art exhibitions and photography exhibitions. Mm-hmm. So they were really interesting about we could do with food. So it was an first experiment for us and for them too. Yeah. So at the end, they were really excited about the results we had. So.
Excellent. Do you want to show us the video for the project you just talked about? Join tablecloth and share your food. Oh, right. So they had small tablecloths, and they were. You suggested to them to join all the tablecloth. Is that what I am? Is that what happened?
They have more portion of the same food in their bundle, and they have to share their food with the neighbor because every bundle have different adds different food.
Oh, clever.
And you can see different people of different age share the food and chat in the evening without problem.
That's probably the best part for me, at least, to see different generations just coming together in an event like this. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Oh, just show them. Yes, this is their YouTube channel. Well, okay, that's no problem. It's called Into the Food, guys. So just go and subscribe. It's of course free to subscribe to somebody's channel. So go there, and there's more videos. I know, so you can have a look at all of them. Do you have any? Let's see. Okay. Do you have any other questions? Sorry. Do you have any other? Well, in the meantime, you have another project, right, that you want to show us? Yeah.
Yes.
In the meantime, I'm going to go back to our followers, to the audience that we have. Guys, there is a chat room. I'm guessing that some people haven't found it. There is a chat room just below the screen where you see the live webinar, and just underneath this screen there is a bright pink reddish button that says join the live chat. If you don't see it, just refresh the page and you can join the chat room and let us know where you're from where you're writing, and from where you're watching, and if you have questions for our speakers. Okay, Antonella and Alessio, back to you.
Yes, we want to show another project that we have the same problem.
So just be patient with us, guys.
Of course, no problem at all. I have a lot of time.
I don't know.
It happens. I think it happens sometimes. Just Google Hangout is not as fluid as we would hope.
It showed me another window. I don't know.
I'm going to check Twitter in the meantime, because guys, I want to remind you that you can, of course, tweet if you want. And
you see my PDF?
I see, no, I see a page. I see your folder with videos and stuff inside.
Okay. I don't know. Okay.
There we go.
Oh.
You're up.
Another project of events. We projected this small experience for Regione Campania. Is our region, Italian region. It's the same region of Naples. Our region participated at the events in Turin. Is a Salone del Gusto organized by Slow Food, and we created also the communication, all of the communication of the events, and we made an experience project that is a box experience, and we wanted to involve the people during the fair with a game experience with food, and because we wanted to try to taste, to give taste the food of the small farmers that are present in the same fair, and we create a different game, and a lot of people, children and adults, participate with no excitation at the game. And the results is enthusiastic because the adults the adults share this experience with the children and with other adults without no problem, and is the same for the child that eaten no common food for them, because they taste pecorino cheese and with also with other food with strong flavors. And this project, the outcome of this project was to get close the people with food, because the distance between people and food is begin great during this time. This is not a good aspect for the relation, for the equilibrium, for the people and the food.
I like to, can I jump in for a second? I think this is a great thing that you just said, the distance between people and food. On one side, if you think about it, well, no, there's zero distance between the food and people, because we eat food all the time. We eat food multiple times a day. But on the other hand, really, what we do most times during the day is to just eat food. There's no thinking about food itself, and especially what it comes from, and what food means. So despite the fact that we eat at least 3 times a day, it is true that most people, for most people, food is far away. So in that sense, there is a big distance between food and people. Yeah, sorry, continue.
After the events, we
Oh, we have the same problem. Sorry, I interrupted you. Do you have to close it and open it again? Open it again.
See, yes, yes.
No problem.
Oh, recovery. The relation between food, environment, and people for us is a small part that we can do as a design for the future, for our future and the future of the food. Because if we have if we have strength relation, we can have a good future, and we solve a lot of problem in our community and in the future of food. No,
I agree, absolutely.
I don't know.
No worries. You know how to do it now, so that's no problem.
Okay. After the event, we initiate to work with Gastronomy, because this is very interesting. It is very interesting field for us, because the chef experiment a lot of stuff in this time, because they have to offer new experience for his client. It is very interesting because the food design can do a lot of project, a lot of experience for the high gastronomy. We can understand. We tried to understand which approach we could have with high gastronomy, and we understand that we wanted to put the heaters in a principal role in the creative process and the experience process, because through the heaters can pass these two process, because we consider the heaters role during the creative process, what he can do, what gesture he have to do during the meal, and through this stuff we can create the experience. Is very interesting because all the high gastronomy move the interest from the functional aspect of the gastronomy to the experiential aspect of the gastronomy. And this is very interesting for the design. We can project a different phase of the gastronomy process. We had to do the experiential analysis for a restaurant of one star Michelin in Italy, and we analyze all the menu, and we consider a micro experience analyze all the menu, and we consider micro experience the single dishes in the menu. All the menu have to work like a music, like a film. We can have a story, a fluid story or a fluid music during all the experience, and we find a key of the key that the chef using for create this menu, and we verificate the application of this key during all the menu. We have to do some part where we have emphasis, and after we have different, like a song, we have a strong moment and a more sweet moment. All have to tell a great story in the complex. After verificate this part of the menu, we can project, or we can create a singular experience of the plates. An example of the single project is this.
Usually, as food designers, we can work on the tools that we use usually to we eat. So we are going to designing something that's going to make a rumor about the way we eat, or we are just going to design the food we eat. So it's just having a few tracks we are going to design for the experience. In this case, we decided to design the experience for high gastronomy. So
In this project, we wanted to tell a history of Rome using historical aspect of the gesture using in the game of the in the game of ancient Roman, and the thumb down. We create a cube without decide what food is made this cube, but we create in this phase of the work the experience project. In the second moment, we studied with a chef the flavor of these shapes.
About these shapes, we didn't have it. We don't have any association with a specific food, because on the part of the viewer, because we design it like pure shapes. It's just because people can look at it it makes it easier to evaluate dimensions, affordance, and textures. So just consider it like a box, like a shape. And after this first phase in the workflow, there will be a second step where designers and chefs can can join together and work together to turn it food.
The project considered the history of Rome. We wanted to create a special experience that can tell a history of the city through the aspect of the everyday life in the ancient Rome. We take the body gesture of thumb down that is used during the Roman ancient game in the Colosseum, and this gesture is using for break the shapes, and after the thumb up is using like a Facebook icon for show the appreciation of the food after the eaters can have eat the food, eat the dish. This is very interesting because an aspect external to the gastronomy can tell a history through the food, and people can that is in Rome or visit Rome and can eat something related to the history of the city, but not related of the food, can live in a new experience related to the city that are visiting.
So the gesture of rupture is going to be exactly the perfect moment where the eater and food are going to join together. That's in that point there is the interaction, and that's the point where the eater is going to be part of the creative process, and at the same time is going to making alive the experience itself. So
in the second moment with the chef, we can do different study because we can study the sensation during the rupture or the consistency of the materials inside the tube, and the way to how the cube how his how will be the shapes of the different parts after the rupture of the cube. In this phase, we study the experience. After, we can study the visual aspect, the sensation aspect. We can see that project a dish is like project everything because we have different phase and it's very interesting, and very exciting because the the phase the results of the project, we can see the results of the project only when the client in the restaurant or in will hit this cube. This is the final aspect of the project.
I love it. It's very interesting. I think I missed one part. What is the cube made of?
In this phase, we don't decide these materials because we need to.
It's just paper. We basically
okay, sorry. It's paper.
Yeah, we basically consider it like the first step of the designing for a gastronomy. Usually, this part it's the part where you are going to mix the creative process and the experience. Just thinking about the experience, like the and considering also the interaction between the eater and food itself. So you are going to designing the storytelling. So that's the experience itself. And we think the second step will be the work that we are going to develop with the chef.
So potentially, I think it's very interesting because usually it goes the other way around, as you said yourself. Usually we either design the the plate or whatever, the vessel with the food. So the product designer and the chef design food and vessel in the exact same time, or it goes most often the other way around. So the chef designs the food and then the product designer designs the vessel. So, but in this case, you said that the point here is to design the vessel first, or at least the shape of the vessel in which should be congruent with the concept. In this case, the thumb up, thumbs down of the coming from this Roman game, and then the chef designed the food. So I think it's very interesting to look at this from this to look at this process of co-design from this perspective. It's very interesting. So you're also saying that the material itself is something that the choice of the material itself for this vessel, for this cube, is something that can come afterwards when you kind of start talking with the chef as well, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting. Do you have anything else about these projects specifically that you wanted to say? I don't know if you have
other project from our presentation.
Sorry, say that again.
We are working not a new project related to the territory and the
right. This is what you wanted to do. Your thoughts for the future.
Maybe.
No, sorry. I was just wondering if I interrupted you and if you had anything else to say about the same project of the cube.
No.
Okay.
The cube itself, it's food. It will be food itself. So we usually, usually people when are thinking about food design, they think that designers are just going to, in high gastronomy, they are just going to design vessels on or just tools for food. And usually, the biggest problem is just it's really hard to mix two careers as designer and chef to work together. So it was really hard to find the way to work together in these two disciplines. So this is the hard part of our work. So this project was the way to start something as designers, and then to go to chef and tell to them, okay, work together, guys. We can make it great. So
that's absolutely true. And just exactly with regards to what you just said, we have a question from Evelyn. So she said, if I understand well, none in your team has a background in gastronomy. Have you worked together with chefs? How necessary, in your opinion, is gastronomy knowledge for starting a food and eating design studio?
Oh, for me, it's not. No, it's not necessary. Know the technique for cooking, but is necessary during the year. You can study alone the culture of food, because we have to know the culture of food. But for example, in this project, we using a cultural aspect not related with food for tell something through the food. I think you have to know the culture of food, but you have to know all kind of culture of a country, or the for project something related to gastronomy, or you have to know something aspect related to psychology, sociology, anthropology. Everything begin a tool for your food design project. In every project, you have to study something. You have to know new things for related to food.
So the second step of this project, just to answer to Evelyn's questions. So we are going to develop the second phase of this project with a chef in Europe. So maybe in a few months it will become food.
Fantastic. So we can have a follow up, and you let us know how the project developed. That's fantastic. But yes, I completely agree with what you were saying, that it's not necessary to have a background in culinary arts to be a food designer, or at least to be certain types of food designer. A certain type of food designer. It's great if you have them. It's great if you have a background in gastronomy. It's great if you understand food as a material, and if you understand how it transforms, etc. But it's not essential. And because once you, as a designer, you develop the idea, the concept, and then you can always outsource somebody who is going to actually make the food in the exact way as you want it to be. And I'm sure that in your case, guys, is what you have done. You've probably cooperated with catering businesses who just provided the food the exact same way as you wanted it to be. Or that's the case for most eating designers. When you have, especially when you design a concept that requires a type of food that is kind of and difficult for people with normal cooking skill to make. So it's not essential, I would say. It's great if you have it, it's not essential. On the other hand, I would argue, though, that in order to be a food designer, it is more essential to have a design background, to have a design understanding, than a culinary art understanding. And from this perspective, guys, what the online school of food design does, and the courses that it provides do exactly that. A base of understanding of what design is, and as Antonella was saying, a base for understanding the how to look at food from a sociological perspective, psychological perspective, cultural perspective, and so on. Right.
with design we can understand what happens around the plates and not only in the plates. The chef help us to understand what happens in the plates, in the dish, and we can build the experience around the plates, because the design can use different tools and bring in the dish, in the plates.
Absolutely. With that said, do you wanna? It's already an hour. We have already been talking for an hour. Oh my god! But do you have to be someplace? Because I don't. So we can carry on for about 10 minutes. I have a few questions that I wanted to ask you. Is that all right, guys? Yeah. Okay. So the first question that I wanted to ask you, and you were kind of touching on it before. I think I've almost interrupted you. What are your plans for the futures? What are your projects that you're working on with regards to your imminent future? I know you have something excellent stored.
We are working a new project. The name is Wild Taste. We want to applicate our approach of food design on the territory, on the experiential tourism. We want to create a tour in our area or in Rome. We work between Rome and Naples, and create a special experience for the tourists, and especially for the people that live on the territory. And we can work with community and recover the relation between the people and the environment and his tradition. And we want to work with tourists because they can live the experience and create a job or something, a new kind of tourism with the citizens that live the place. It will be a new experience, and in the next days, in the next month, we can show you something.
Absolutely, that's fantastic. Tell us where we can find out more about this project, when you have, where we can tune in to receive news about this project for those of us who are interested.
You can follow our Facebook page, Wild Taste. It's empty, but soon
it's going to be filled.
Yes, we post new things.
Do you want to post the link of the
yes
on the chat?
On the page? Yes, it's a symbol.
Fantastic. And that's it. I think I just wanted to say this is a great idea, guys. Well done, because I think I haven't touched upon anything that explicitly said, or anyone that explicitly said, we are joining food design with tourism. Maybe there's some, I know a list of a couple of examples where it happened, but it was an afterthought. It wasn't explicit. So I think you guys are the first people that I know of. I don't know if we can declare that, but quite possibly the first people who are saying, who are explicitly joining food design with tourism. So that sounds absolutely exciting and fantastic. I want to ask you a couple of questions before we leave. We have been talking about what you guys do, which is between food design and eating design. So I think it's necessary for me to ask you, what is your personal definition of food design?
Our definition of food design is a project design experience built on the relation between people, food, and environment, and using the value related to food for build an experience.
Designing the way people eat and interact with food. We want to all of them to play an active part in a creative and experiential process. So I mean, it gives to the eaters consciousness and will open new scenarios.
That sounds fantastic. That sounds great. I love this thing of opening new scenarios. Maybe this links to this aspect of food design being a vehicle to open new scenarios. What do you think the future of food design looks like? What should we expect, you think?
The future of food is related to the relation of the people, environment, and food. This relation is broken because the people don't understand the problem that or the consequence of this action related to food or environment. The action of us is recover this relation. This is a small action that we can do, but is the way that we chose for give consciousness to the people, and in this way the people can do itself something.
Yeah,
this is our responsibility
as designers.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. I think I've said this a few times on my, I don't know, either in the online school of food design or in my YouTube channel, that as food designers, as people, as human beings living on this planet, we have a responsibility, even more as food designers, because we are those people who put new stuff on this planet in terms of tangible product, but also in terms of moments, events, non-tangible situations. So as food designers, we can change things, and that is our responsibility. And I think it shouldn't sound like a heavy cloud, heavy and difficult to do. No, it's actually brilliant. It's actually this type of responsibility should actually be the fire that helps us in our creative process. And it should be the reason why we become food designers, because we can change things. We can, and we can change things on every level, because as designers we come up with ideas. That's what we do. So I think I completely agree with you guys. Since we have amongst our audience a lot of people who are approaching food design for the first time and who want to become food designers, what is your advice for people who want to become food designers and who want to start their career in food design, maybe eating design specifically?
I advise to experiment for being conscious of the tools of design. When you understand the powerful of the food, like it is amazing for them, because it's very exciting for a designer. And after see a lot of projects and see the work of the other designer, and after try to find
your own way.
Yes.
Yeah.
For us, it was the same.
So learn from other designers, from other food designers, and please, people, don't forget this. Please learn from other designers. We had the first webinars, we touched upon this, and how easy it is to redesign something that is already there. And if you are the designer who did it the first time, it's kind of awful. So please learn from other food designers first, and then find your own way.
Yes, and after feel what is your way.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I absolutely agree. Guys, do you have anything else that you want to add that you feel that you haven't said and you would like to remind people or whatever you want to?
Follow us on our page, Facebook page, our website. We write you the link and share with us your opinion, your project.
So just feel free to contact us.
Yes,
and
we are open. We won't share everything in all the phase of our career.
Perfect. That's fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. I think we have absolutely we have your website on the webinars page, but after we are done with this, I'm going to add your normal Facebook page and your wild what is it again?
Wild Taste, yeah.
Yes, Wild Taste Facebook page. I'm gonna add all the links. Okay, then thank you so much again to you guys for joining in this webinar and sharing your thoughts and your process and your projects. I think personally one of the good things here was to see young, bright people doing food design and braving through all the difficulties that this economy is bringing a bit all around the world, and doing fantastic stuff and having projects for the future. So thank you for joining us in this webinar and sharing everything that you do.
So,
and yeah,
thank you guys. Thank you for to be patient with us. And
sorry for the technical problem.
Oh, no worries. It happens. It happens. It's the beauty of live streaming.
we were really glad to show you our work. So thank you.
Thank you. And it was great to see your work. Thank you so much. Again, go on their website, people, and see everything else they do. There's plenty more to see. Follow their Facebook page, follow their YouTube channel. And thank you to all of you who have joined us live and to all of you who will watch the replay. And that's it. Have a lovely day and happy food design.
You too, guys. Happy food design.
Bye.